60 votes.
Texas legislature has drawn a new congressional map for the state that will be used for the next decade, but civil rights groups say it dilutes the vote of minorities. They say the two newly created congressional districts in Texas are drawn to give white and likely Republican candidates an advantage. Nearly a dozen Latino civil rights groups have already filed a lawsuit against Texas over the new maps.
Hey Zach, I wonder what the weather looks like today.
Here to provide a first look at the weather is Landon Santini.
Thank you very much. Well, as for the temperatures right now, we're feeling a little bit cloudy right now. It feels like 66 outside with an expected high of 73. The UV index is relatively low at 2. The air quality is rather moderate, which means the pollen count is rather low, which means less chance for people sneezing their heads off like crazy due to allergies. That can be a very uncomfortable experience. The winds are going to be running around the south at about roughly 10 miles per hour, and the humidity right now for today is 69%. That's why it can kind of still feel like it's a little bit warm. And the sunrise today was several hours ago, about 7:43 in the morning, which the sun will be setting today at 6:37 in the evening. Like I said, the humidity right now we're experiencing makes it kind of feel a little bit warm outside, but I assure you, as the weeks troll on throughout the month of October, we're experiencing temperatures getting gradually cooler and cooler and cooler. But how much cooler will they be getting? We'll talk more about that when I come back later on in the program for the 5-day forecast, and I'm looking forward to that. And until then, back to you guys at the desk.
Former President Donald Trump is starting his own social media network, Trump Media and Technology Group, expected to begin beta launches in November and roll out nationwide early next year. In a press release Wednesday, he said the new company will launch what he calls Truth Social to stand up to the tyranny of big tech. Trump was banned from most social media platforms earlier this year following the January 6th insurrection. His comments about upended election fraud and COVID-19 misinformation also played a role.
The University of Missouri has suspended all fraternity activities after a report of a freshman with alcohol poisoning early Wednesday at Phi Gamma Delta. The student was unresponsive and taken to a hospital. Their current condition is unknown at this time. The suspension, supported by the Interfraternity Council, includes social events and university-sanctioned activities. Officials say anyone involved will be held accountable and criminal charges will be filed.
Coming up, a Texas plane crash.
And Nicholas Cruz hearing update.
Stay with us.
Hey, this is Kevin Love from the Cleveland Cavaliers. Right now, many of us feel anxious. Mindfulness can help you ease those feelings. My nonprofit is partnering with Headspace to offer free content to help you stress less. Head to kevinlovefund.org/headspace.
Here's to the straggly ones. The first ones. But hey, I look good with this ones. The black, brown, red, and gray ones. The itchy ones. The ones grown by Dad. The ones grown for Dad. The I nearly didn't do it this year ones, and the absolutely filthy ones. They all raise awareness, raise funds, start conversations, and save lives. Because whatever you grow will save a bro. Learn more at Movember.com.
Survivors of Texas plane crash were headed to Astros game in Boston, shaky and shocked. All 21 people on board the plane were safely evacuated and had left the airport on Tuesday morning to cheer on the Astros as they faced off against the Boston Red Sox in Game 4 of the American League Championship Series. Fox 28 reported, "They're going to Boston to the Astros game for entertainment, a joyful event. Then this happens. Texas Emergency Management District Coordinator Ronald Walker said.
Chevrolet unveils its biggest, most powerful V8 engine ever ahead of electric push. The Chevrolet Performance Division has revealed the biggest and most powerful, naturally aspirated V8 engine it has ever built. Even as General Motors accelerates its transition toward electric power, the 632 cubic inch ZZ632-1000 crate engine was designed for drag racing builds and not meant to be used on the street. The 10-liter mill is rated at 1,004 HP and 876 lb-ft of torque on pump gas without the use of any supercharging.
Personal belongings of the fiancé of Gabby Petito, Brian Laundrie, who has been missing for over a month, have been found in a Florida nature reserve. Officials say a local medical examiner is being called to the scene and a more thorough investigation is underway. Laundrie's parents directed FBI agents and Northport police to the location where some articles belonging to Brian were found, according to a statement by Laundrie attorney Stephen Bertoloni.
Nicholas Cruz pleaded guilty Wednesday to 17 counts of murder and 17 counts of attempted murder. More than 3 years after gunning down 14 students and 3 staff members at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida, Circuit Judge Elizabeth Shearer noted that the murder counts he pleaded guilty to carry a mandatory minimum sentence of life in prison with no parole.
Coming up, a Haiti kidnapping.
And we'll also get the latest news from Hollywood.
And as October continues trudging along, we find that the temperatures will be getting colder and colder. But how much will that be happening this weekend? Stay tuned for the 5-day forecast.
Where are we?
We are at Marietta College.
This is where we live, at Marietta College.
The only Michigan official fired in the Flint water disaster likely was a public scapegoat who lost her job because of politics. That's the opinion of an arbitrator who is ordering $191,000 in lost wages and other compensation for Leanne Schechter Smith. She served as head of the state's drinking water office when Flint's water system was contaminated with lead. Schechter Smith was demoted and then fired in 2016. The arbitrator noted that state engineers who had a direct role in Flint were suspended with pay and allowed to return to work.
A man suspected of causing an apartment explosion in Dallas that injured 7 people, including 4 firefighters, is facing several felony charges. Dallas Fire Rescue spokesperson Jason Evans says investigators believe Philip Dankin shot into an apartment and hit a gas line connected to a stove firefighters were investigating a report of a natural gas leak at the 2-story complex and had reported smelling gas just before the explosion. Partially collapsed, the building on September 29th Dankins has been jailed since early October on other charges.
Efforts in Haiti to win the return of 17 members of a U.S.-based missionary group and a local driver stretched into a fourth day Wednesday. With a violent gang demanding $1 million ransom per person, the group seized includes 5 children aged from 6 months to 15 years, although authorities were not clear whether the ransom demanded including them. 16 of the abductees are Americans and 1 Canadian. A watchdog group states that at least 119 kidnappings were recorded in Haiti for the first half of October. It says a Haitian driver was abducted along with the missionaries. Today's entertainment news brings back a beloved TV character and has thrills for horror movie enthusiasts.
Here to fill us in on the latest news in Hollywood is Sydney Wilson.
What do you got for us, Sydney?
Thanks, guys. The first teaser is out for the I Love Lucy movie, being the Ricardos, with Javier Bardem as Desi Arnaz and Nicole Kidman as Lucille Ball, including a brief shot of the iconic grape stopping scene. Being the Ricardos is written and directed by Aaron Sorkin. It debuts in theaters on December 10th and on Amazon Prime Video December 21st. Michael Myers is still on the rampage, helping Halloween Kills fill theaters with fans of the franchise. And if you thought this movie was scary, star Jamie Lee Curtis says, just wait until the follow-up, Halloween Ends. That's all in entertainment in Hollywood. I'm Sydney Wilson. Back at you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Sydney. Now we'll head to Landon Santini for another look at the weather.
How does it look out there, Landon?
Well, Halloween may kill, and we'll find out if it really does in the next few weeks. But it looks like the weather we're having right now isn't going to be killing anyone anytime soon, unless you consider getting slightly parched to be all that deadly. As you can see, mostly in the east northern part of the state going up into Canada, you can see that we're getting some precipitation that will be heading towards our neck of the woods in Ohio in the coming days, but it's not quite here yet. We've still got a little bit of time before it gets here. As you can see, it's already crept its way a little bit through northern Ohio from Lake Michigan up to central Ohio around Belafonte and Columbus. As we look in our regional area of the Mid-Ohio Valley, you can see that as of this moment, we're not dealing with much of any kind of precipitation just yet. So that's a good thing. But we'll see just how that looks in the week ahead as we get closer and closer to the weekend. For example, tomorrow, we'll be experiencing increasingly cool temperatures with a high of 57, low of 46 in cloudy conditions. Going on into Saturday, that'll kind of increase a little bit with a high of 61, a low of 46, and partly cloudy conditions. Everyone loves looking at clouds. And then Sunday, as that's when we'll start getting that rain that's slowly creeping with a high of 66. And the rain will no doubt cause the temperatures to go up. As we go into the next work week, the rain will continue with a high of 70 and a low of 54. And then we'll get a bit of a break from the rain on Tuesday with a high of 61, a low of 50 with some cloudy conditions. So we're going to be having a bit of a wet and dreary weekend, and that's going to play a part in bringing back some of the late summer temperatures that we were experiencing at the beginning of the month, going into the first couple of weeks of October. But as we get closer and closer to the end of the month and closer to Halloween, things should be cooling off. And I think we're all looking forward to that and Halloween for quite a lot of reasons. We'll talk a little bit more about that later at the end of the program. But for now, back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Landon. When we come back, Jalen Gordon with the update on sports.
See you in a few.
James Brown and Bill Cowher welcoming you back to the Midnight Snack Run.
This is one tricky obstacle course.
He's reaching, but he pushes it away. He's approaching a plate of iced cookies. He blows right by him.
Oh, the fridge.
Looks like he's headed for the soda. Wait, he jukes left, grabs the water bottle.
Now he's just got to get out of there.
Look what dropped from the sky.
Don't do it, Dennis. That's the way you execute a Midnight Snack Run.
Stand Up to Cancer and Rally want you to reduce your risk for cancer.
Go to takeahealthystand.org.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. Learn more at wearebroadcasters.com/hope, furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
We've always had villains to face.
Bad guys to take down. But you
are the most horrible of all.
We're not here because we have to be.
We're here because we've had enough of you.
Every single one of us is mortal.
But inside of us, we're all heroes.
So stand up with us.
Stand up to fight.
Stand up to cancer. Visit standuptocancer.org to learn more.
And we're back with Jalen Gordon for a look at sports.
What are we looking at in the world of sports, Jalen?
I can give you guys the rundown right now. The Cleveland Browns are set to face the Denver Broncos tonight for Thursday Night Football, but starting quarterback Baker Mayfield will not be in action tonight. Mayfield has played the last 4 weeks dealing with a torn labrum in his left shoulder. With Mayfield not playing in the game against the Broncos, this will end his 53 consecutive start record for Cleveland. Backup Case Keenum, also known as Minneapolis Miracle, has not started since 2019 with the Washington football team, but will be filling in for Mayfield. Keenum says, "I feel very ready. I've been ready. You don't have to get ready if you stay ready, and I've been ready since I got here." In other news, currently on Marietta College campus, homecoming is taking place. Along with homecoming, there is going to be some action at Pioneer Park. This Friday, October 22nd at 4 o'clock, fans and alumni are welcome to attend a baseball doubleheader against Ohio Valley University. Great action on the field will take place, and there will be a limited edition woodcut poster for sale at the concession stand. Come out to Pioneer Park right in Marietta and see some baseball, some dingers, and enjoy some nice warm hot chocolate. Marietta High School women's soccer is in the OHSAA tournament. The second-seeded Lady Tigers faced Washington Courthouse at Jerry Brock Field and took the win Tuesday evening with a shutout 13-0. Marietta will play today in the sectional finals hosting the 7th-seeded Jackson at 5 p.m. at Jerry Brock Field. Good luck to them ladies. That's all I have today for sports, and back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Jalen. Joining us now at the desk is Landon for our last look at the weather.
Well, even as the temperatures gradually get cooler and cooler every week as we continue on in October, the few bouts of rain that we've been getting lately seem to bring forth a resurgence in some warmer temperatures. So we'll be getting some more rain throughout the weekend, starting tomorrow evening and ending when we begin the next work week on Monday, with temperatures up to about the low 70s. So we've got, unfortunately, a wet and dreary weekend up ahead for us. But up ahead for us in the coming weeks, we've got a lot of things to look forward to. Like they just mentioned, Marietta College's homecoming, and in the next few weeks will be the annual tradition that is Halloween. Zach knows quite a lot about Halloween, as you can see from this apparel he's got on. He's a bit of a horror movie enthusiast.
And I am.
Yeah. Have you always liked that kind of stuff?
Absolutely love it.
What is it that you find appealing about it?
I don't even know if I could put it into words. Just the dark nature, the macabre, the scary. There's no more exciting feeling than being scared. It's fun.
All right. As long as you know that what's on the movies can't actually hurt you, that kind of provides a base of comfort and security, I think, for most people who watch those movies. Is there anything you're looking forward to in regards to Halloween or maybe even homecoming?
I do not really fondle with Halloween that much, but in homecoming, make sure you come out and cheer out our Pioneers on Saturday at the game. And thanks for joining us. That's all we have today for Thursday's edition of WCMO TV NewsCenter 15 at 12:30 and 6:30.
From all of us here at the station, we wish you a great weekend.
Candace. This senior basketball player loves to spend time hanging out before class with her best friend and education major Shelby. Shelby knows the best place to study is at the Calliope Cafe, where she can compare notes with baseball player Ryan and get a great cup of coffee too. In the off-season, Ryan tries his best when he's shooting hoops with broadcasting major Gage in the Dyson Baudo Recreation Center, home of Fenton Court. Gage, as producer at WCMO 15 News, runs the control room, where he shows the ropes to Mary, a junior volleyball player and advertising and public relations major. Mary loves to spend her free time drawing down at the Herman Fine Arts Center, where her sorority sister Madison majors in studio art. Madison meets up downtown with junior rower Katie. Downtown's where you can get beautiful river views, specialty stores, and the best root beer in Ohio. Katie heads back to campus just in time for our class in the Rickey Science Center with who else but Candace. So take a look around. Here at Marietta College, we're all connected. We are family, and we are all pioneers.
So there you are. It's flu season, and you're over 65 like me. You might be forgetting something serious. Your annual flu shot. The flu can be life-threatening, especially if you have chronic conditions like diabetes and heart disease, which can worsen with the flu. The immune system weakens with age. Ask about a flu vaccine option made specifically for us. Visit NCO.